I've been in marketing for about 15 years, which means I've got 15 years of horror stories fighting my CMS. And I'm sure I'm not alone. So many of us know what this feels like to have a campaign deadline looming. You need a landing page up in the next 48 hours. But first, you have to put in the ticket. You have to hope that a dev picks it up. You have to hope that it makes it into the next sprint before the campaign deadline has already passed. So if this sounds familiar to you, first of all, it's kind of a rite of passage in marketing, right? But second of all, wanted to make this video to share the top 5 CMS features you need in order for your marketing team to be successful. The first feature that's absolutely a non-negotiable for me is pre-built content types and templates. Whether it's forms, different articles, different modules, just things that you know that your team needs to use over and over, you should be able to have those right out of the gate on day one so that your team is able to publish right out of the gate on day one. Another thing that's really important, especially if you're managing multiple product lines, multiple microsites, brands, different regions, you really want to be able to manage all of that from one CMS instance. If you're not, it means you're having to swivel chair and log in and out of all these different tools just to maintain the things that you're putting out publicly as a team. So you really want to be able to do that from one place to save time, but also so that you can share modules or share different components of your pages across your different sites so that you maintain the consistency where you really want to and you're not duplicating the effort between all of your different sites that you might be managing. Another thing that I think is really important to have is your own approval processes inside your CMS. You want to design the stages and the workflows for exactly how you work and how your team works, not the other way around. You don't want to be forced into a certain workflow just because your CMS doesn't have that flexibility. And I would say Brightspot kind of does this better than any other CMS that I've used. We have a drag and drop workflow builder that allows you to add as many stages, as many roles, as many people as you could possibly want to get the workflow that you want. And then the other thing that I love about it is, especially when you're trying to kind of minimize bottlenecks, it's being able to get notifications when your content is moving through in Slack and email and Teams, kind of wherever you work. And so for me, kind of as a marketing leader, everyone on my team is in the CMS. They all need different kind of things from me, whether it's approvals or just eyeballs on pages. So being able to kind of do that in Slack where I'm already working day to day, make sure that my team kind of gets the responses they need from me without having to wait on me or without me really becoming a bottleneck for them. Continuing down the lane of really being able to work the way you want to work and not the way that your CMS is forcing you to, is you want your different roles to be able to see different dashboards, different login pages, depending on what really matters to them. Just like you don't want a developer to log in and see all of the different content types where they could write. You don't want a writer to see all the developer fields. Maybe you want your CMO to see all of the different analytics and the performance of the site itself right when they log in. You want people to be able to see what matters to them so they're not sifting through a bunch of just irrelevant information that makes it more difficult to navigate their day to day and really navigate the CMS altogether. The final thing that's super important to have in your CMS is very easy integrations right out of the box with no custom dev needed. Like many marketers, I'm sure we're all using about a dozen different tools on a day-to-day basis. So being able to connect those to the pieces of the CMS that you really care about is crucial for, again, being able to move really quickly, but also making sure that you don't have disparate tools connected to your CMS. So where we don't have kind of plug and play integrations, you also still want to make sure that your CMS is API forward. That way, if you have a more complicated connection, that can still be done easily and you can still be off to the races with all of your different tools connected into one place. All of these things are, of course, native to Brightspot. So if you really want to end your kind of marketing team horror stories and fighting the CMS, there's a link in the description. Feel free to request a demo and we can show you exactly how Brightspot sets your marketing team up for success.